What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. House of the Dragon, episode 3, I think titled Second of His Name. There is not much to say negative about the first two episodes. First episode, it was just like, we've been hurt. Let's get back into it. It was good. Loved it. It had, the look away moments, the gore, the backstabbing, dragons, all of that. And then I felt like episode 2, last episode, was like peak. Like that's Game of Thrones. Just the political plays, the back and forth, people trying to get one up on each other, had dragons again. Like it was great. Absolutely loved it last episode. Yeah, I mean, 8.5, 9, 9.5, whatever you want to rate it. I don't want to give anything a 10 out of 10 because if something's better, like we can't go higher than that. But I mean, the reviews have been crazy. I just love to see it because this reminds me of old Game of Thrones when just like they could do no wrong, and it was so enjoyable. Everybody just enjoyed it and loved it, and seeing the theory crafting, even though this story's already out, but you try to stay away from spoilers as you can. People on Twitter going crazy and seeing it just get so well receptive, like, makes me feel good just to know that like the passion for it is still out there. Story wise, we left off with the king announcing that he's going to wed Alicent. That's the downfall. Like, you did it. It starts there. Now I'm thinking we're gonna have time skips in every single episode. Like, I think we have another time skip here. I think this time skip here is going to be longer than what we got between 1 and 2. 1 and 2 was half a year. I think we have, what, 2 more episodes with the current younger cast, and then they're going to be bumped up. So Alicent, Rhaenyra, I think all the older actors, the Daemon and King and Otto, I think they're all going to stay the same, but the younger ones, they're all going to be aged up into their older counterparts. I'm guessing Alicent is going to end up spitting out kids. She's going to end up having a boy. We'll see what Daemon chooses to side with. So a lot of people were uncomfortable with me included, seeing him walk around with that girl. Honestly, she looked 8 or 9 years old, but I think they said she was 12. That was rough, but we've seen a lot worse. It was just the image of them together. Luckily, nothing happened, so it wasn't that unwatchable, but shit was absolutely insane. I'm ready for it. This is probably the best thing that I'm watching right now. Better than, I started the Lord of the Rings stuff. Better than the One Piece. Better than She-Hulk and Monster. Like, this is it. It's only been 2 episodes and I'm loving it. Go ahead and do it. And why is the Cradfeeder doing what he's doing? Oh shit. Is that Caraxes? It is. I think you're gonna get burned alive too, buddy. Oh, yeah. Tends to happen with Dragonfire. Can't really aim where that thing's going. You just better hope to run. Man, that thing looks clean. It is very smog type design. It's a very long neck. Alright, we need to get off the ground. We need to get up back in the air. That's where we have the advantage. We need to get the hell out of there. The thing with Otto is he is Littlefinger,
With the Trag here now sheltering in Bloodstone's case. Threat of the dragons.
but he puts on a face. Littlefinger didn't put on a face. He's like, y'all know I'm a piece of shit, and I do what I do. Otto still has the presence of Hand of the King. Good. I'm glad it stayed like this. I didn't want her softening. I didn't want that. And yes, Alicent is being manipulated, was being manipulated by her father. I get it. But something got caught in the crossfire, and what got caught in the crossfire was the relationships, and it is what it is. He doesn't look as, like, pep in his complexion, in his personality. Something is off since the last 3 years. Did he ever lose that finger? What's up with that thing on his back? And I'm curious what's been the political shift with the strongest, wealthiest house in the realm. Is he still on the council? Is he off that? Have they replaced his position? Like, what's up with that? Look at the Lannisters, huh? Otto playing his game. He's winning so far. I don't think it was ever his plan. Like, he didn't want the queen to die and anything like that, but he saw an opportunity and he took it. They're going to expect him to marry, and when he pushes out that son, they're going to expect him to be king not you. She's never gonna get that praise, even though they bent the knee to her. She's never gonna be celebrated like that. Even if her father died, brother died, all of that, and she just happened to be put on, they still wouldn't. True. What the hell are you doing? Y'all over here talking that shit, but what do any of you actually do but talk that shit? I'm out. He's shooting his shot.
To house dragons, of course. I'd do anything for my queen.
Oh my god.
Lady wife.
Her father already. Yeah. Yeah, everybody wants to marry her. Yeah. Everyone. You see that come out like he's like, I didn't even ask for any of this. I'm not above duty, and they married me off, and blah blah blah. And I loved how last episode Otto planted that seed of like, good gosh, I mean, she is a good match, but I lost my wife, I love her, I couldn't imagine just because I was in a position that I had to get married that I could. I don't envy you, man. Oh man, if only it was out of love. Which was like, huh, he's been having connections with Alicent. I shouldn't marry out of duty, it should be because I want to. Otto knows what he's doing. Where's she going? Suspects him of anything. No, some people do, but the one that has the most say doesn't. Is he moving slower to you? I feel like he's dying. Ay. I like to see that though. Give me some fire.
Your Grace.
Show me something. Otto would not have liked to hear that shit. Something opposite of Otto's, what he's done with Alicent. He commanded her to get... Oh! I'm not doing the brother-sister thing. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Thank God. Get Otto out of my damn ear. Damn it! And that's perfect for Otto, too, because there's no more like, oh, Rhaenyra or my son, or Rhaenyra or my grandson. I hope it goes to my grandson. How about I just put them together? Aha. That way, you know, it's perfectly fine if we give it to him, because his wife will be the queen, and... Oh, no. Oh, get Otto out of your ear, man. This man is going to get drunk. Oh, God. Everybody's bringing this shit to him right now. Like, can I breathe? Uh-huh. Pull him back in. Pull him back into your side. He's the only one speaking shit. Good shit. Bring this to him sober. Back at King's Landing. This man, if he doesn't fall down these stairs. Oh god. Oh gosh. Oh my god. Oh fucking boar. Don't you end up like Robert... You end up like Robert Baratheon in a minute. Oh gosh, she's about to... Yeah, let that out. Get it out of you, girl. Get it out. Get it out. Yeah, get it out. Alright, I'm glad we made it out of that night and nobody died. That was setting up for a lot of, like... Cole, the king... the Lannister boy... Them fucking... oh, is he gonna... Is he gonna pull a Rhaenyra and just start... Heesh, heesh, heesh. He needs to get that up out of his system, too. Alright, everybody made it back to King's Landing. That was really stressing me out. I did not think everybody was going to make it back here. Whew. Exactly, and he knows that. I think that's settling in now. Yeah, he admitted to it. He admitted it. Finded one that pleased him. But he said, go for it. Find what you want. Make yourself happy. I'm not going to be here forever. I'm not going to be alive. And as I said, he does not look well. He wants to see her content, happy even. This is a good conversation. Probably the best one they've had all series. Everyone. And when Otto Hightower finds out about that shit, King might end up dead. Every time Daemon goes in with the dragon, they just go in the caves, and the dragon can't do anything about that. Like, they're making up no ground. They're literally running up against a mountain. Are we supposed to be herding a messenger? Yeah. Y'all need to. Yeah, whoa. Or is he surrendering to draw them out to then? He's not gonna kill himself, is he? Was he looking for archers or a dragon or something? I would be too. It is grace. It looks to be grayscale to me. He's going. He's going. What about the archers? What about the archers? I mean, if I'm the Cradfeeder, I just run, though, back into my cave, correct? Why would I stay out here and even entertain this? Cover! Cover! I don't know if this is solo dolo or he's... Is he looking for a dragon or archers or something? I think he is, which is smart. I mean, he's really going like 1v100 right here, man. This is some guts berserker shit. They're all gonna come out to surround him. Now's the time to really burn shit down if you want. Somebody coming up over that hill or not? And they're all outside. They're all outside. And they're all looking at Daemon, and they're surrounded. Clean. It's all you needed was one good one. Oh, shit. They put the, Corlys' son on it. Yeah. That's not a Caraxes. Does he have his own dragon? Does the Valyrian boy have his own? That one looked black. Where's old Cradfeeder boy? Did he run off into the caves again? He lost what looked to be all his men. Well, I mean, you don't go in there. You don't go in there. You don't know what's in there. He is half Targaryen though. That's right. His mother is Targaryen. Okay. I mean, it'd be so cold if it is. We don't even know if the Cradfeeder is really a fighter himself. Oh my god. I mean, he does all this, but it doesn't mean he could throw hands. That's who we're going to choose to follow, by the way. So we got our first major battle scene, too. I keep thinking there's going to be an after credit. I mean, that's just so clean. They're killing it. I probably don't have it ranked above episode 2, but right now my ranking would be episode 2, episode 3, episode 1. That episode right there, we got our first major battle. I'm trying to think how far into Game of Thrones did we get our first major battle. I don't really quite remember. But that really wasn't even much of a battle, so I'm going to guess that they went with the plan of they need a big enough bait to send everybody out there. And they went with it. I mean, Daemon did it. He went as far as he could. I mean, he was going off. He was taking bodies out. I've been told the man's a pretty damn good fighter. One of probably the best in the realm at the moment. So to see him go off was great. The beginning and the middle of the episode, though, there was so much uneasy tension. And I don't know if it's just me. You guys can let me know. The king didn't look physically well right there. It looks like the slice that he got on the throne in episode 1 got so infected that it ended up taking 2 of his fingers, his pinky and his ring finger, on his left hand. We don't know how that situation is going on his back. But then also he looks heavier, slower. He's not moving well. Like, he looks like he is dying. I mean, he looks terrible in these 3 years that we skipped. Alicent has spit out one boy, about to pop with another. I don't know if she ends up having another boy. I know a little bit of like the House of the Dragon story, like book-wise, and I know she does end up having the one boy. I don't know what the second child ends up being. It just didn't. It felt like at any moment the king was gonna just fall out and die in front of everybody. Kristen Cole, I thought maybe somebody had sent people out to assassinate him in the woods. I didn't know what that, or he was going to get Robert Baratheon to taken out by that wild boar. And we just see it, and it's good to see. For us, it's episode to episode, but in that time, it's been 3.5 years since episode 1, 3 years since, episode 2. And I felt like that conversation between Rhaenyra and King Viserys was like the best. I thought that was better than the one that they had at the end of episode 2 when she was like, I know what your duty is, I know what you have to do, like, I get it, it's okay. Him straight up admitting, she said, if it was about growing your line and strengthening the kingdom and doing what we have to do to, like, procreate the line, you would have married the Valyrian girl. And he agreed. He said, yeah, I chose something out of my pleasure. Like, he admitted it. He straight up admitted it. And he also reassured her. I mean, he said it again. He said there was a moment of weakness where he thought about it, but she is his heir. Newborn first son or not, he doesn't plan on going back on that. I thought that was a good conversation of him, admitting, yeah, that was the better choice, but I went for something for me. He didn't plan on remarrying. He didn't plan on any of this, and he didn't want another wife. He had Emma, and the shit didn't work out, and he basically told her, if you want to strengthen your claim and you want these men in the realm to follow you, you need to have something worth following. Get married. Duplicate. Have a son. Get things going. So that if and when the time, because he straight up said it, like, he's not going to be here. He's going to die. Honestly, the way we're time jumping, I think he might die next episode just from complications. And it was just, that was the best conversation of the entire episode, for sure. That little, I don't know what it was, a minute dialogue, and he said, choose what you want. Choose somebody, make yourself happy, and go from there. That was good to see. I liked to see him snap back at Otto there a little bit. And at least it was good to see him say that, well, here's the thing, though. He said he did it for pleasure, like for happiness, the reason he chose Alicent. But would he have ever chose Alicent if she wasn't pushed in front of his face? Like, let's say Otto wasn't a piece of shit and didn't pimp out his daughter, and someone just brought up, like, hey, what about Alicent Hightower? What about the Valyrian girl? And if he was like, huh, and just picked Alicent, it's like, okay, that is what it is. We went with that choice, but it's almost like he was conditioned to pick that direction. Was it really making him happy, or he just felt happy in the moment? I don't know what their relationship is. It doesn't look as, and again, she's so young and they don't have that history. It doesn't look as like husband and wife as his first wife did in episode 1. You don't see them like, I don't know, they just don't seem intimate in that level. It was good to see him snap back at Otto. Otto's playing the game. Like I said, he's exactly like Littlefinger. The problem, I guess the problem for others is he puts on a face to not be perceived like a Littlefinger. He wants to be in everybody's favor, but behind the scenes, oh, he's pulling all strings, sabotaging, doing everything he can. And I don't think it ever crossed his mind. I don't ever think, it ever crossed his mind to take out the queen and I have this asset that's my daughter. I'm going to take out the queen and get it. I don't think that ever crossed his mind, but when he saw the opportunity, he did it. Because we saw some things in episode 1 where Viserys was like, Otto, you named him. You put Daemon in that position. And he's like, oh, it was a half-hearted effort. You put him in that position. Like, he's setting other people up to look bad, doing what he can to elevate his status. And I don't know who that guy was talking to him. Is that another Hightower that was talking to him about, like, this will really up our status, a Hightower becoming king and all this type of thing. But it was good to see that Viserys wasn't even trying to entertain the idea of marrying, half brother, half sister. I know it's a Targaryen thing, but I'm so glad that he told Otto to get the hell out of his face. That was absolutely great. The only person so far in this series that seems to be worth a damn is that guy on the council. I forget his name. The one that he went and sought counsel with the night before that he decided Alicent, and the one this episode. Because when the king called him out, he's like, well, you want him to marry him off to your son? You know, elevate your house? And the guy was like, no, I'm honored. But the same shit I told you last time, marry off your daughter to Corlys's eldest son. Pull him back in. Keep the most powerful and wealthiest house in the realm at your side. He's like, we're doing this again. Don't fuck this up. So I don't know if Rhaenyra will go that direction. If he'll like kind of nudge her in that direction. We'll have to kind of wait to see how that plays out. But that whole first act of the episode just had me on edge because I felt like at any point it was either going to be like the king's just going to fall out and die. The Lannister boy was gonna do something. Sir Criston Cole, I didn't know if he was. So the fact that we made it all out of that and nobody died was shocking to me. And you see the women talking all that shit about we should do this, we should do that. I mean, they're basically saying your father looks weak. You know, why are we allowing this? But it's like, what do you guys do other than just sit and talk shit? Pretty much. And then at the end of the episode, it looks like this whole thing's wrapped up. So the whole Stepstone Cradfeeder thing lasted that they were essentially at war for, I guess, 3 years. And they reached their boiling point. There were talks of mutiny by Corlys's brother. And they went with the plan. I mean, they used Daemon as bait. He held his end of the bargain. The Cradfeeder sent everybody out there, and they couldn't get back in. The forces were there. The dragon fire. He messed up. You know, it is what it is. I'm glad that's kind of over because I was curious. You know, if we keep taking these time jumps, I'm like, we're just letting this Cradfeeder just linger for 5-10 plus years. If we keep doing multiple year time skips, I was like, we got to go snuff this out. So it's good to see that. I didn't know if they were going to go into a whole backstory of the Cradfeeder and why he's doing what he's doing, and you know who's supplying these free. Where are the forces? We know they're coming from the free cities, but who are they coming from? Why? And so I'm guessing that's just going to be snuffed and done. So I'm really curious how next episode goes because I'm sure there's going to be another time skip. It might be the last episode we get with young Rhaenyra, young Alicent. The men seem to be turning on him there a little bit. Daemon. Corlys seemed to really, try to pull that back together. That was a noble thing he did. Now that this is over, does Corlys go back to court, sitting on the council? Does he give his full support and everything to Daemon? And, declare him the rightful heir, even though he already bent the knee to Rhaenyra? Because there's a real interesting part. You've got that subset going. The Daemon and the Valerian, whatever their last names are. You got that subset. Rhaenyra, the only person in Rhaenyra's corner at the moment seems to be Corlys, Sir Criston Cole, and her father when he decides to. And then you've got the other subset of Alicent, her son, and Otto. Otto's still pushing Alicent in directions. She kind of bucks back a little bit, but still isn't there yet. She said, low-key, that it's Rhaenyra's. I'm not going to put my son up there, but he's like, no, the men will come. This is law and order. So maybe as she gets older, she'll bite back a little bit. So we've got 3 points going here. We've got like the Daemon and the other subset Targaryen support Rhaenyra that she needs to do something. She doesn't have anybody in her corner. Like she's got her dragon and that's it. She doesn't have like a standing army or a match or a kid or anything. Then you've got Aegon, who a lot of people are going to think is the rightful. So we'll see. It was dope to see his eldest son on that dragon, because I was like, they're not dragon riders. How the hell? I was like, where the hell did that dragon come from? That one looked great too. I like the different designs though, because all of Daenerys look the same, just bigger and different color. But seeing the different design choices, Daemon says that real smog look from The Hobbit. The kids here looked a lot like Daenerys's, and then Rhaenyra's looks unique to that design as well. I was like, how the hell is he riding? I was like, maybe he's just on the back of Daemon's dragon, and Daemon's dragon just knows what to do. I'm like, He's half Targaryen himself. His mother's Targaryen. Wild episode. Wild episode. That was a decent battle scene there, too. There wasn't much to see because it was so fogged out, and it was Daemon going, 1v100, and then them coming in and kind of stoking it out. So now that that's done and there's no more things going on in the stepstones, I'm curious kind of where things settle. Where does Corlys go? Does he just stay independent and just keep supporting Daemon? And does he go? There's no way he goes back to the. Does he? And it was dope to see that, like, oh, 3 years later, after we've been losing, you want to send your support when we're on the brink of it. And if I'm Daemon, I'm looking at that like, oh, you want to send it in? Why? So you can swoop in, win, take it as the glory, show the realm that, like, you snuffed it out? No, we've been the one in the trenches for 3 years. How dare, like, it's insulting. How dare you even send that? That's why I thought he was riding out there just to say, fuck it. If I get him, I get him. I don't, I don't. But it's good to see they had the plan. They didn't show us the plan on. I mean, they talked about it, but we didn't see it actually put into action. It's great. It's great stuff. I'm really enjoying it. They're killing it. Probably my second favorite episode so far. I mean, we've only had 3. I would go 2, 3, 1 in that order. But again, no episode has been lower than like 8, 8.5, 9. Great stuff. And go ahead and leave it there. This will go up on Monday along with the Berserk chapter. And you guys know the schedule. Tuesday will be One Piece. Wednesday will be Monster. Thursday, One Piece. Friday, Berserk. And then possible weekend Berserk. And then not this weekend, but next weekend. Next week we should have that that Fight Club reaction up that you guys voted for. So a lot of stuff going on. We're going to try to stay on top of it. Go ahead and leave it there. Appreciate it, guys. Like, share, subscribe as always.